Hey, beautiful soul. Last month, I hit a wall. A major project derailed, my capacity dropped to zero. And at Tuesday morning at 6:45 a.m., I found myself standing in my closet starting to spiral. Not because I didn't have clothes, because I didn't have the bandwidth to make one more decision. You know this moment, right? You've already made 47 decisions before breakfast. You've triaged emails, managed a crisis, handled a difficult conversation, and recalibrated your entire day's priorities. And now your closet is asking you to make 15 more micro decisions. Which pants? This top or that one? Does this need jewelry? Are these shoes too casual? Should I add a blazer? Does this match? Does it fit? Do I look professional enough? Is this too much? Not enough. And by decision three, your brain starts to spiral. And here's what nobody tells you about this moment: it is not a wardrobe problem, it's a capacity problem. And the solution isn't buying more clothes or organizing better. The solution is having a system for when capacity drops. Because here's the truth: the women who rise fastest aren't the ones who never hit capacity limits. They're the ones who have backup plans for the inevitable low capacity days. Research shows that the average person makes about 35,000 decisions per day. And if you're a leader, that number is even higher. And every single one of those decisions depletes your mental energy, a phenomenon researchers call decision fatigue. And here's what decision fatigue actually costs you: cognitive performance drops, emotional regulation suffers, willpower depletes, physical energy drains. Your ability to make strategic decisions declines throughout the day. You're more likely to snap, overreact, or shut down. It gets harder to resist distractions, say no, or maintain boundaries. And decision fatigue creates actual physiological stress. And where does most of this show up first thing in the morning? Your closet. Because by the time you get there, you've already burned through dozens of micro decisions: when to wake up, when to snooze, what to eat, which emails to answer, how to respond to that text, whether to work out, what to prioritize first. So when your closet asks for 15 more decisions, your brain says, absolutely not. And so you start to spiral, second guessing every choice, trying on multiple options, feeling the pressure build while the clock ticks and that voice in your head starts whispering, why is something so simple taking so long? Here's the paradox I see with my clients: the more competent you are, the harder this gets. Because you can run a $50 million P&L without blinking. You can make complex strategic decisions with confidence. You can lead teams, negotiate deals, solve problems that would break other people. But choosing an outfit when capacity is low, that can send you into a spiral. And here's why. Number one, you've been trained to optimize everything. High achievers don't just make decisions, they optimize them. Every choice gets analyzed for maximum impact, minimum risk, and best outcome. And that works brilliantly in boardrooms. But when capacity is low, it creates spirals in closets because there is no optimal outfit. There's just, this works for today. But your super brain doesn't know how to make a good decision or a good enough decision. It only knows how to make the best decision. And so it spirals. Number two, your capacity is already maxed out. You're not just choosing clothes, you're managing whether this out or what this outfit communicates about your competence, whether it's appropriate for every meeting on your calendar, how it will be perceived by different stakeholders, whether it matches the image you've built, or if it makes you look too casual, formal, young, old, feminine, or masculine. That is not getting dressed. That is performing 6 different risk assessments before 7 a.m. And number three, the stakes feel higher for you because you've already experienced what happens when your presence doesn't match your competence. You've been overlooked despite being qualified. You've been underestimated despite being capable. You've watched less competent people get promoted because they look the part. So every morning, your nervous system is asking, can I afford to get this wrong? And the answer, based on years of evidence, feels like no. So here's the system I use when my capacity drops to zero. Step one, the uniform protocol. And this is like about 60 seconds to 2 minutes. I have 3 uniform combinations pre-decided in my closet: not capsule wardrobes, not outfit formulas, actual uniforms. Uniform A, dark gray wool pants, cream silk blouse, purple blazer, earrings and ring combo. Uniform B, cream wool dress, statement necklace, thigh-high boots. Uniform C, dark jeans, gray sweater, and puffy velvet jacket. These are not my most creative outfits. They're my when my brain can't function outfits. And here's the key. I decided these combinations when my capacity was high. On a Sunday afternoon, when I had some mental energy, I stood in my closet and created 3 complete looks that work for 90% of my professional commitments, require 0 styling decisions, and make me feel put together without thinking. When capacity is low, I don't make outfit decisions. I just grab uniform A, B, or C. That's it. 60 seconds to 2 minutes, done. Step number 2, the body check-in. 30 seconds to a minute. So before leaving my closet, I do a quick 30-second body scan. Hands on heart, 3 deep breaths, and I ask, does this feel okay on my body today? Not, does this look perfect? Not, will this impress people? Just, does this feel okay? If yes, I go. If no, I switch to a different uniform. This prevents the phenomenon where you get dressed in survival mode and then spend all day feeling uncomfortable and wishing you'd worn something else. And step 3, the energy adjustment, about 90 seconds. Once I'm dressed, I have about 90 seconds of finishing touches options based on my energy level. If I have 10% of energy left, I add a belt if needed, earrings, done. If I have 30% of energy left, then I add a scarf or necklace, I add rings, done. And if I have 50% or more energy left, I might swap out the shoes for something more interesting. I might put on makeup beyond my standard eyebrow pencil, mascara, and lip balm, done. These tiny adjustments create enough visual interest that people perceive presence, but they don't require the mental energy of creating an outfit from scratch. Total time, 3 to 5 minutes max. Mental energy required, almost none. Result, strategic presence without perfect performance. Here's what I've learned after 17 years of this work. People remember both your outfit and your presence. And when your capacity is low, you need your outfit to support your presence, not drain the energy you need to show up powerfully. When you spend 20 minutes spiraling in your closet, burning through the last reserves of your mental energy, making yourself late and stressed, you might end up in a great outfit, but you show up with depleted presence. Your nervous system is activated, your energy is scattered, your capacity for strategic thinking is already gone. And that costs you more than wearing your uniform A would have. Because here's the truth about low capacity days. When capacity is low, you need systems that preserve energy, not burn it. When capacity is low, grounded presence matters more than perfect styling. And when capacity is low, good enough choices protect your ability to show up fully. Because the woman in good enough clothes with available capacity will always outperform the woman in perfect clothes with 0 energy left every single time. Because both your outfit and your presence matter. And when capacity is low, your job is to protect the energy you need for presence, not spend it all before you leave the house. My clients who implement this decision fatigue override system report. Mornings stop feeling like battles. Mental energy gets redirected. Confidence increases, performance improves, and guilt disappears. That capacity you were burning on outfit decisions, now it's available for actual strategic thinking. Getting dressed goes from 20 stressful minutes to 5 calm ones. When you're not second guessing your outfit all day, you show up more powerfully. You have bandwidth available for the meetings, conversations, and decisions that actually matter. You stop feeling like you should be better at something that was never the issue, because the issue was never about your wardrobe. The issue was trying to make high-level styling decisions when your capacity was at 0. And the solution isn't getting better at making those decisions under pressure. The solution is removing the need to make them at all. So this week, I want you to do one thing. Create your first uniform, not when you're rushed, not when you're stressed, on a day when you have capacity. Stand in your closet and create one complete look that works for most of your professional commitments, requires 0 styling decisions, and makes you feel put together. Write it down, take a photo, whatever helps you remember it. And the next time your capacity drops to 0, you'll know exactly what to reach for. Because sustainable leadership isn't about being on all the time. It's about having systems that work even when you're running on empty. P.S. The women who rise aren't the ones who never hit capacity limits. They're the ones who planned for the inevitable low capacity days. And that's not weakness, that's strategy.